Hi, hello, welcome to my channel. So, today's video is going to be about childbirth. Something different. I'm doing a story time about how I gave birth to 3 of my kids. And I just want to let y'all know that all childbirths are not the same. So, no matter how many videos you watch, because I know for sure I watched like 500 videos on childbirth before I gave birth. And they did not prepare me. Like, they were helpful, but they did not prepare me for what actually happened those days. And I'm just gonna tell you guys what happened. Hopefully this could help a little bit, but I mean, again, you guys will go through something probably totally different, and your pain tolerance might be different than mine's. But here's my story. So, with all of my kids, I had them all natural. I had no epidurals, no pain medicines, no nothing. Most of them were kind of surprise babies anyway. So I didn't really have time to get those things. And the other ones, it was just like, I can do this. So, baby number 1, which was Vanessa. That was my early baby. The way I had her, a few weeks before I had her, the doctors was already talking about how she's not really growing, like she's like the same weight as she was previous appointment, and that they need the baby to grow, obviously. So comes August 29th, I had an appointment to see the doctor, and they was gonna check her weight again, and they was like, yeah, she's still not grown, we're gonna have to induce you. And they was like, what about Labor Day? And I'm like, oh, Labor Day sounds great. And yeah, so I don't know if it was a nurse or a doctor, somebody decided they wanted to come in and see if I was dilating. So somebody came in and they stuck their freaking hands up my hoo-ha. That hurts, guys. When you're pregnant and you're like towards the end of the pregnancy and they're just sticking their hands up there, sticking fingers, trying to check you, that hurts. It's so much pressure already down there. Don't add more. That's all they're doing, is adding more pressure. So it was hurting, and she kept doing it and doing it again and doing it again. And it's just, hold on, I have to get someone else to do it. So a male doctor came in, and his hands is even bigger. Like, they was trying to kill me. But anyway, he came in, he did it, and then he did it again. And then he was like, you don't feel those contractions? And I was like, I feel your hands. That's what, like, that was my literal answer. Like, I feel your hands. Then he was like, you're about 5 centimeters dilated already. You're gonna have this baby today. And I was like, so freaking scared. Like, what? Did you say I was gonna have my baby today? Like, of all the days, my mom used to always come to me to my appointments, and like, of all the days, nobody is here with me. So I called her, like, Mom, they said I'm having my baby today. She flew up there. Like, she was there before the wheelchair was there. I don't know how, but yeah, she got there fast. And so she got there. I was excited. I was happy now. Like, my mom is here. I'm good. To be honest, I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel those contractions. Like, people kept coming up to me like, are you sure you're having a baby? Are we being punked? Is this a TV show? Like, stuff like that. Because me and my mom is literally like in the waiting room laughing, cracking up, talking. They're like, the room is ready. I'm like, that's okay. And like, I'm like, take your time, basically. Like, I wasn't feeling nothing. So then they finally get me to a room. And when I started feeling stuff, it was after they popped my freaking water bag. Like, once they popped that and you could feel the gush of water come out, that's when all the pressure came. All the pressure came. I felt every little bit. And that's when I was like, oh no, no, get this baby up out of me. I'm ready. I'm done. Like, get her out. So I started pushing, and then she finally came out. That was her. It hurt. Yes, it did hurt. I ended up getting 6 stitches after her. 6. That's a lot of stitches. But I got that, and that was the first one. Now, my second baby, Michaela. So with all my pregnancies, I don't know if I said this, but I went through complications. Like I had bad iron. I was very high risk anemia, high, just it was bad. So I was getting these infusions every often. Like with Vanessa, I think I only got like 2 infusions, and that's when I first found out that I was severely anemic during my pregnancy. Because after I was pregnant, my anemia, like I was fine. My iron levels was perfect. But when I'm pregnant, it's like my levels go so low that I'm on the verge of being like a skeleton. Like doctors have literally told me, I'm surprised you're walking. Like that's some scary stuff first I'm about to tell a pregnant patient. But I mean, I guess it got it in my head like, oh my god, this is serious type. So with Michaela, I went through all of that, and then she was my chunky baby. With her, it was full term. I had to oh, with Vanessa, she had to stay in the hospital like a few weeks even after I was discharged. But I mean, of course, I was able to go up there and stay as long as I wanted. But yeah, in case you wanted to know what happened if you have your baby early, your baby gotta stay. But with Michaela, my chunky baby, I was asleep. Me and her dad, we was both asleep, and I just felt like I peed on myself. I was asleep feeling like I'm peeing on myself. So I got up, like, kind of like, oh my god, like, this is embarrassing type. So I got up, I went to the bathroom, I went to try to actually pee in the toilet, and it was just like, it was weird the way the pee was coming out. It was just like, I don't think this is pee. This feels like my water is breaking. And mind you, with my first baby, I didn't experience my water breaking. They popped my water bag, and I just felt a big gush of water come out. But with this one, you can feel the trickles. Like, it's just like trickling of water every couple seconds. Just like you're peeing on yourself, basically. So I'm just like, I'm getting nervous. I was scared. Everyone in the house was just like at panic. My boyfriend was at panic because he had to hurry up and get me to the doctor. Like, I started freaking out. So we finally get in the car, and mind you, in the car, I'm not sitting on my butt. Like, this baby. So with the first one, I told you, after they popped my water bag, I felt all that pressure right there in my pelvic area. So with the second baby, my water was already broken. So that pressure was already right there. So I'm like literally in the car, like sitting like this, like I'm not sitting on my butt, I'm sitting like on my hands. I'm like, hurry, hurry, hurry. Oh my gosh, hurry. Like, I'm like that. And we actually made it, because I was hoping I did not have to have my baby in that car. But we made it to the doctor. They didn't have a room ready, of course. They didn't know my baby was about to come. We get to the emergency room. They call for me a room. It's not ready, so I gotta wait. I gotta go through triage, all this other stuff. And in triage, it's literally just like the triage person and a nurse. And I'm literally having contractions like a mug. Like, they're crazy, they're painful. I'm in so much pain. I'm just like screaming. I'm like hollering. They're like, okay, she's only 5 centimeters. Like, we got time. Let's get this room. So I don't know how I jumped from 5 to 10, but I really felt like it was time to push. And I started screaming like crazy. And mind you, I'm in triage. I'm not in my room. I'm in triage, screaming. And they're like, okay, the room is ready. The room is ready. So they finally put me on the bed. And I'm like, okay, yes, I'm about to go, because I'm nervous. I can't have this baby right here. There's no doctors really here. Like, nobody's here to help. Like, and then they already told me beforehand that I'm severely anemic, that if my iron levels go so low after childbirth that I might have to get a blood transfusion. I'm like, where's the blood? Like, there's no blood even here. That's all I kept thinking about. Like, oh my god, I'm so scared. So they finally came with the bed, and they put me on the bed, and they started rolling me to the room. Soon as we get to the hallway of the emergency room, I started screaming, screaming, screaming. Tell me why I'm screaming so loud. Then I open my eyes a little bit, and I see my boyfriend's head, and he's like, I see the baby's head. Oh my god, that freaked me out. I screamed even louder. I see nurses and doctors maybe running towards me. I don't know who all was running to me. It was a lot of them though. They was all running towards me, and I grabbed one by the shirt, by the scrub, and was like, help me, please help me. So I ended up having that baby in the hallway. It was very painful. I screamed the whole time having her. I screamed. And with her, this is crazy because no, she came out herself. Like, she came out at 8:22 on August 22nd. So she knew exactly what time and what day she wanted to come out. And this is why I feel like I went through so much, because she already knew when she wanted to come. That's my theory. I'm sticking to it. So that was that baby. Now, my third baby, my baby boy. With my pregnancy with him, it was tough. It was sad. Like, I was a happy pregnant person. Like, I loved being pregnant with him. But again, I had this iron deficiency, this bad anemia, this transfusions I had to keep getting. And then one ultrasound, I heard that there was a cyst in his chest. So I had to keep getting ultrasound after ultrasound. I probably had triple the normal amount of ultrasounds that a normal pregnant person would get. So that was a lot of pictures that I got to take home, but it was also a lot of stress because they were coming only to see if the mass was getting bigger and what it could possibly be, if it was connected to a major organ. And we was talking about surgeries, and I had to sit down with a bunch of doctors and surgeons and nurses, and just, it was very sad. All of that was sad. And yeah, the day that he came, because that's the point of this video, what happened? His birth was scheduled. Like, because of that mass in his chest, we had to get a scheduled induction. And yeah, he was full term still, but it was scheduled. So we went to the hospital already prepared for what was to come. They induced me. I felt really no pain. I was calm. I was cool, collected. No, I don't want any epidural. I'm okay. No, I don't want any pain. I'm okay. But stuff started getting real. Like, stuff started getting real fast. And I started begging for the epidural. But everybody around me already knew I didn't want one. So they was like, no. Like, no, she don't want one. And I'm just like, try to be strong, but this stuff hurt. Like, get this baby up out of me. It took like hours. It was hours and hours and hours of pain. Like, with my first two kids, it was like they were already ready to come out themselves. So it was just like pain, and then bam, they're here. With this one, it was like pain, and then more pain, and then more pain. And like, is this baby not trying to come? Like, you guys are forcing him out today, and he's not trying to come out. He's like, I'm still cooking, basically. So it was just a lot of pain I was going through. So this time I was like, since we were prepared, I told my mom and my boyfriend, record the process. Tell me why nobody pulled out the camera. Like, they were so concerned about me the whole time that there was no cameras out. Like, and I understand why they was concerned about me, because I probably died on that bed and then came back. And I'm not being, it's a hair floating, but anyway, I'm not being dramatic either. Like, when I was having him and when I was pushing, I was screaming and I was screaming and I was screaming all the way until I took like this one big breath, like, and I was like, I stopped making noises for like a good 30 seconds. Because that's when the baby came out, and I was done. Like, I was like, I'm done. Finally, this baby's out of me. All that pain, like, it's done. And yeah, so that's why they didn't record, because I was like, did you guys record it? My mom was like, girl, are you serious? Like, you just scared me. Like, you talk about recording. Like, I'm like, oh, no, I wanted a video. Like, I needed some video footage. So I don't have any video footage to show you guys. I only have baby pictures after they were born, but I don't have video footage of them being born, of the actual childbirth, of the actual pain. I mean, I might have some clippings of me screaming, but I will not I will not share that. Just picture pain. Then you can just imagine the screams. Picture pain. So, so that's my story on how I gave birth to 3 kids and how they all was different. So I hope this helps some mother. I hope you have a beautiful delivery. You can do this. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.